All right, we are live. We are live on Periscope, YouTube, and Twitch. I'm going to share the YouTube link so that everybody has it. I want everybody to be able to log in from YouTube because that is the most important one for me. I want YouTube to be there because if you're watching this from Twitter, I don't know how dedicated you are. We're live. Okay. So, I always say that I'm not going to talk about politics. I'm going to stay away. Especially, I'm not going to talk about conservative politics. I'm blah, 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 blah. And I always end up kind of going back into it and kind of saying something political and, whatever. But it's something that interests me, and I'm not going to stay away from something that makes me interested, just because some people get mad. And Twitch is live. Hey, thank you, Diacritical. Let me share the Twitch link, just so everybody has it. Oops. How do I get to my channel? All right. I'm going to share this. I'm going to share this link. Hey everybody, thanks for the compliments on my hair. I wish I can get better prepared for these in terms of like my hair. Live on Twitch. I wish I could be better prepared, but not there yet. I'm no longer in hell, in case anyone is wondering. I'm no longer in hell. I'm in my bedroom, and as you noticed, it kind of looks like more of a background than what you're used to. Normally, I just sit in front of my wall on my bed, so you just see a white wall. But now I have more of a background, and I'm trying to make it a little more interesting, just because like everybody who's been watching my live streams until now have been the people that I love so much. The people that I love and that have been so dedicated that they have been watching. Even though I have not been preparing my hair, I've been wearing these and I'm still just looking like blah. And I've not been I don't have nice backgrounds and I haven't been having nice topics properly prepared. You know what I mean? But they've still been watching me, and it feels so nice. But I want to take it a step further, and I really want to try and deliver, especially because my fans have been dedicated to me. I want to be dedicated to my fans. I don't want to take it for granted. I don't want to take the support for granted. So, that's why you'll see me, do some of the stuff. And I said I'd stay away from politics, but politics is fun. There's some fun things about it, and I want to be able to talk about it. I guess I just don't want to talk about it in a way that makes me feel like caged. And I hate it that because I spent most of my time in media working for conservative politics, which is fine. It's fine. I'm not dissing it at all. But at the same time, it means that I can't say anything because I'm constantly going to be attacked. Whether for being too conservative or not conservative enough, I will constantly be labeled as a conservative. So therefore, I can't say anything that's not conservative. And also, therefore, even if I don't say everything that's conservative, I'm going to be slammed for being conservative. So I'm going to be slammed from everybody, both on the right and the left. And it just really makes me upset because all of my views are all over the place. Plus, they're developing constantly. So, I don't have, a set amount of views, and it doesn't fit with any of these ideologies that people have prepared. I don't want to be part of somebody else's ideology. I want to have my own ideology. I want to be able to believe whatever I want to believe. I want to be able to believe that this one thing over here and that one thing over there and that thing over there, and I want to be and at the same time, another thing is that I don't want to be limited with my alliances. You know what I mean? And people are like, oh, it's because you're a grifter. That's total garbage. You know what I mean? Some people, like myself, just honestly don't have a problem with people. Like, I don't have a problem with a lot of people. I don't have a problem with Nick Fuentes. I don't have a problem with Charlie Kirk. I don't have a problem with any of these people. I don't have a problem with these people on the left or the right or conservative or non-conservative or neoconservative or liberal or whatever. I'm not trying to be a grifter. I just genuinely am not an ideological person. I see all these people as humans, and I honestly don't follow their ideological stuff. You know, oh, this person hates this and that and that and that and that. I just know these people on a personal level. I worked in media, not very ideological. I know all these people on a personal level. They've been friends to me. Nick Fuentes has been so nice to me. You know what? Nick Fuentes, I remember that we used to be like very angry at each other on social media. He used to troll me and I trolled him, and he's like that with everybody. He's always trolling everybody. And so, like, he was the one who sent out the olive branch. He was the one who reached out to me and was like, hey, like, why don't you come on my show for a debate? He was the one who extended a platform to me. I wasn't the one who extended a platform to him. You know what I mean? So, like, on a personal level, I found this to be a nice relationship. And so I'm going to take it. Because I see people as humans. I don't see people according to their ideology, because ideology changes all the time. People's opinions change all the time. Your opinion is your opinion. It's not who you are. Who you are might influence your opinions, but your opinion is not who you are. Who you are is you at your core, at your human level. And you know what? At your human level, there's no such thing as politics. Animals don't have politics. So, you know what, like, I'm not gonna pretend to hate anybody. I'm not gonna pretend to hate anyone. I'm not gonna pretend to hate Charlie Kirk. I met Charlie when he was, and I'm good friends with Charlie. I met Charlie when he had, like maybe 6 people on Turning Point. He had, like, 6, and it was a small group. It wasn't so long ago, and he's so young. It was, like, a small group of people, and they were all, and he had organized it, and he was going around the country, and they were, like, you know, it wasn't even partisan. It was Turning Point at that time was a non-partisan group. Turning Point was a non-partisan organization that was pro-limited government. They were basically like libertarian or like small government, fiscally conservative organization. And they were all about small government, lower taxes. That's I mean, it's like they had like a handbook, and they were just, you know, the same, and you knew exactly what they were about. I remember I was in college, I was at UCLA. I had my friends from UCLA, total Democrats, come with me because they were nonpartisan. Then they started taking money from partisan groups. They started taking money from people in, you know, the pro-Trump and this and that, and they became, actually, I think they were supporting Ted Cruz in the beginning. Yeah, I think they were first supporting Ted Cruz. And then they moved to Donald Trump and all this stuff, and they started taking politics money, and that's how they became very partisan. So, but, you know, I don't have a problem with these people. You know, like, I can come here and analyze their ideologies and say, like, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like that, but I'm not gonna pretend that I hate them. Ben Shapiro practically created my career. He was the one who brought me into this whole thing. I was pre-med, I had no idea what anything was, and he brought me into it, and it was awesome, and I had a lot of fun. I decided to stay in media, and still stressful and whatever, but I'm still here. I didn't go back to med school. In fact, don't have any plans to go to med school right now. I'm in business school, and business school lets me travel and do this and do that, you know, do whatever I want. Someone is saying that's what happens when money is involved. Yes, that is what happened when money is involved. Someone is asking how I met Ben Shapiro. I met him at a non-political event. Non-political. And you know what? My friends, I've met through people who are in the same political atmosphere, but I have not become friends with them because of politics. And that's why I value my friendships so much. Someone is saying, oh yeah, Dove is saying about Fuentes denying the Holocaust. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, maybe like 99.9% of anything Nick Fuentes says, I'm just like, I don't agree with anything you say. Like, literally, I probably don't agree with, like, a single thing he says. But like, if I didn't know him, I'd be like, oh, whatever, you know? But, like when you meet people, you see, like, their human side, and you see that the way they treat other people, and at the end of the day, you realize that everybody is human. There's a reason why we are all the way we are and why we think the things that we think about. You know, there are things I like about Nick. I think he's very entertaining. He's very funny. And he's someone is asking, yeah. I mean, I don't know what he said. I don't know what Nick said on his thing, so I don't want to analyze it. I honestly, I used to watch, like, a while ago, I used to watch his live streams, and I thought it was really funny. He wasn't only slamming Jews, he was slamming everybody. I thought it was funny. It's like, you know, when you go on a live stream and you're just like, I hate this and that, I hate everybody. That's what it seemed like to me, but I don't know, maybe now it's different. So, anyway, so I don't know, I haven't been following what, like, Charlie Kirk is saying and this and that. I don't like the hostility. Like, I literally tweeted something that wasn't even supposed to be controversial or anything. Had nothing to do with anything. It was just like, oh, something about, like, you know, not everyone who's, you know, it was something about, like, being conservative. I got so much hate from the people who are called the groypers, and they're, like, basically, they're like Nick Fuentes supporters, a lot of them, like, they're like, oh yeah, you know, you tweeted exactly like what a Jew would say. You are saying, you know, you're exposed. We found out who you are. You're the enemy. And it's like, dude, I literally wasn't saying anything about you, or, like, I didn't even say anything that was even remotely controversial. There's just a lot of hatred and anger, and I still don't hate these people. This is like an epidemic. It's really like an epidemic. It's like just a bunch of people are just hating. And, like, some people are making money off this, I guess. I don't know. It's like, it makes me stressed out. I don't want to play into the game. It's a game. It's a game. I don't want to play into it. Everybody is playing this game. I'm kind of playing the game by talking about it, but whatever. But I don't want to have enemies. Even one enemy is too much. I don't want to have any enemies. And there are some people, like, that very, very, very few, but there's that, like, 1 in a million person, I don't know, a million people, but there are those people that I will completely avoid, and in my mind, I will just pretend like they don't even exist, and I will completely avoid them because they are just so toxic in my brain. I don't want to have anything to do with them. And you won't ever hear me talk about them or mention them. And even those people I don't hate. Like, even those, and I don't want them to be my enemy, and I don't want to be their enemy. I just want them completely gone from my consciousness. All right. I don't know. Don't take anything I say like. I don't know. Like, I don't want to get into this. I don't want to get into this conversation. I don't want to get into this conversation about. I don't want to get into this Reagan Battalion is like me. No, not you. I will talk about you anytime. I don't want to get into this conversation about this person's belief and that person's belief, because some people have really crazy beliefs. I mean, some people are flat earthers. Like, you know, I've met so many people lately who have just like the craziest views that they really, 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 truly in their heart believe. And really crazy. And they're just like nice people otherwise. I don't know. It's like, I don't want to get into the minds of people and start to debate what they think, what their reality is. I don't want to sit and debate people's realities. I just want to have personal connection with everybody. So, yes. So, why Trump is going to win 2020? I just want to make sure that you guys all know that I haven't endorsed anything anybody says. Okay? I haven't. I'm just saying treat everybody like human. Even though it's hard, it's really hard. You know what? Sometimes the people who need it the most are like the real haters. They need you to say, like, everything you're saying is garbage, or like, I don't like anything you're saying, but I don't hate you. Okay, so why Trump is gonna win? Why Trump will win in 2020? Why Trump is gonna win in 2020? So I had this idea ever since like the impeachment talk started, right? So I went back and forth. I was like, oh wow, like impeachment is actually gonna go through, and then there's all these Republicans who hate Trump, and there's whatever. But then I was like, oh wait, but there is never in a million years going to be enough Republicans to vote against Trump. But will there be? But I don't know. But I don't think so. So, and in case of Democrats, is there a Democrat who could beat Trump in the 2020 elections? Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think even like the most likable people, like, I don't know, people like Tulsi Gabbard or Andrew Yang or Pete Buttigieg or whatever, I don't know. I don't think any of them can beat Trump, because we're still missing the reason why Trump got elected. The reason why Trump got elected is because people are looking for what seems like an outsider. DC is really a swamp. When I talk about, and I'm not saying he's an outsider or he's not an outsider, I'm saying that's what people are looking for. DC is really, it really is a swamp. And it's just a city with all the political elites or whatever, and people hate that. You know, people, there's so much corruption, there's so much, you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. There's so much, there's just bad energy also, like so much backstabbing and back scratching and backstabbing, and it's just a toxic atmosphere. There's constant hate between people. It's hostile hatred, and there's hatred. There's real hatred in all parts of the political aisle. And I know you're going to say, well, Democrats do it worse, because Democrats do it like this and that, and Democrats control the media. And, but conservatives are pretty powerful, too. Conservatives, like, when you go to, like, any part of non-coastal cities, like, any part of, like, middle America, whatever, there are so many Trump supporters, and they're everywhere, and they do control a lot of stuff, and there are very rich Trump supporters, and they, like, you're not as weak, your side is not as weak as you think. There are very powerful people on all parts of the political spectrum. And there's and a lot of the really powerful people benefit from hate, especially if they're running like a political movement or organization. They benefit from people hating each other. They benefit from division. And whether or not, maybe they have good intentions or whatever, but they are being fueled by hate. If there wasn't hate, then they wouldn't have jobs. You know what I mean? Like, why would you need someone to be there? Why would you need a solution if there's no problem? So, it's just, politics is a dirty game. And the people who are in Washington, right now, the more, our political climate, I think, is more hostile than it's been before. I mean, people are literally breaking up over their political views. And now it's not just Democrats, it's also Republican or Trump supporters who are like, oh no, like, I'm not going to talk to you if you're a liberal. I'm not going to talk to you if you're a conservative. I'm not going to talk to you if this and that. It's not just liberals who are doing that. I mean, it still is that it's easier to be a liberal among, like, you're more likely to be accepted if you're liberal among conservatives than you are if you're a conservative among liberals. It's still like that. I don't want to speak for everybody. It's like that in coastal cities. Coastal cities, which is where I lived my entire life. I lived in Washington, D.C., I lived in New York City, and I lived in Los Angeles my whole life. So in these coastal cities, yes, it is easier generally to be to be liberal among conservatives than it is to be conservative among liberals. But at the same time, I think that we are moving to a place where it is also conservatives that are being like that. It's both sides are being like that, and everybody is getting so entrenched in their politics, and they're just like, ugh. And here's why I think, and people are like, oh, like, why would you say Trump is gonna win in 2020? Look at all the bad stuff, and look at all the hate, and people are tired of the hate. Someone is saying I'm talking very fast. I'm so honored. I'm very flattered that you think that I talk fast, because normally I talk really slow, or people think I talk too slow, and they're like, oh, are you stoned? Are you like smoking weed? And so I'm always trying to talk faster, but now it's like, oh wow, you think I talk fast. Makes me feel really good. So, let's see. All right. So, I think that the reason why I think Trump will get reelected is that things have not changed since 2016. They're like literally the same. The relationship between Trump and the media has been the same. And you might know more about politics because you're following stuff. But to the average American, if I want to know our political climate, what people, general, normal Americans who don't follow politics, which a lot of people don't follow politics. In fact, I would say the majority of people don't follow politics, because, or at least in the way that you guys are following it, because you're on Twitter and you're following political Twitter and whatever, like, when I want to know what normal Americans who don't follow politics, I'm not saying you're not normal, but like, you know what I mean, people who don't follow politics, when I want to know what they're thinking, I just go to my family group chat and I look at what my family and my extended family members are talking about. And I see the kind of memes that they get and the kind of stuff that they share on Facebook or this and that. And that's the kind of stuff that people are, and that has actually always worked for me. Like, when I look at that group chat, those group chats with like just people who are not very political, but they just are getting like the surface level, those are the people that you need to be following, because those are the people, that's a majority of people who are not following politics. Whose vibe you need to catch. Okay, because they've always been and it has always worked. Those people have always been correct. You know what I mean? Because those are the people who, those are the people who will determine the outcome of our politics, I think. Not everybody knows, what the policies of this and that person are. People are tired. The relationship between Trump and the media has been the same. The relationship between Trump and the media has not changed. The mistakes that the mainstream media has made in the past, they have not been learning from. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is so frustrating. I don't know how to use this. Look at this. New York Times, bombshell report. Oh no. Trump posted a photo, on his Twitter page, calling this dog a national hero because a military dog that found Abu Baghdadi, whatever, ISIS leader, and, the New York Times is sitting, and this is a photoshopped photo, very obviously photoshopped photo of Trump giving this dog a medal. Very obviously photoshopped. And the media are still acting like boomers, the same way that it was in 2016. That, Trump is trolling, the media takes bait, Trump trolls, the media takes bait. Trump just is consistently, even with the stuff that people are like, oh, he's stupid, oh, he's hateful, oh, this and that, he's consistently trolling. And people love it. People are like, this guy gets it. He's like, we're tired of all this political stuff. This guy is coming in, he's like an outsider. You know what? You might think Trump is dumb, but guess what? People out in America who are not following every aspect of politics don't think Trump is dumb. They don't. In fact, they think Trump is very much like them. Because guess what? Not everybody went to grad school. Not everybody is sitting with their eyes on the TV or reading the Washington Post and reading everything that's going on. Not everybody is doing that. Not everybody is following the policies of every single Democratic candidate. Okay? Most people don't, people who are just normal, who are not being told what to think, if they just looked at Trump, they would be like, oh wow, this guy is funny. You have to, you have to have a sense of humor. You know what I mean? To objectively look at some of the stuff that Trump says and does and think it's funny. You have to have a sense of humor. And if you don't, it's usually if you're not laughing, then it's probably because you are conditioned to not laugh. Otherwise, naturally, if you were not surrounded with all this political, talk, if you were not in Washington, D.C., if you were not surrounded by all this political talk, if you were not watching TV and this and that, if you just objectively saw a clip of Trump talking, you would laugh. You would think it's funny. And you probably, you probably won't think he's dumb. Very high chance that you won't. You probably will just be like, ah, ha, ha, ha. Maybe you'll think he's dumb. But you won't, but you'll still laugh. I don't know. I laugh. the New York Times is taking everything, like Trump is trolling with very obvious, and this keeps happening, very obvious photoshops, obviously photoshopped pictures. People are laughing, and the New York Times and the Washington Post and this, media outlet and that media, CNN and this and that, they're sitting there and they're analyzing, Trump is misleading the American public. The American public has to know we investigated this picture and we looked into it, and our analysts with a magnifying glass, they discovered that this is a photoshopped picture. And it's like, dude, like, are you from the dark ages? Like, obviously this is Photoshop. Like, how old are you? Are you like 100? Obviously this is a Photoshop picture. Nobody was denying that, and like you're totally taking the bait. You're totally doing the same exact thing you were doing in 2016 that got Trump elected. And this keeps happening. Trump trolls, media takes bait. It's almost like a joke. It is a joke. And that's why I think things haven't changed. Objectively, somebody who really knows very little. I really don't know a lot. I really don't, and if you're coming here for some like intellectual analysis, whatever, go watch some NRO person. Hey Joe, thank you so much. Joe says Pardes 2024. Joe has donated to my presidential campaign 2024. Thank you. And like if you are here for that, then like, I don't know, go somewhere else. I'm not studying politics. I'm studying business. And someday I'll give you all business advice. I'll tell you exactly what to do with your business lives once I become an expert. But no, I don't plan on becoming an expert in politics. I'm just a random chick who watches stuff that are political and non-political and life and whatever, and I just talk about them because they're fun to talk about. Okay? So, let me show you a clip that I thought was so funny, and a lot of you have actually seen it. But in case you haven't seen it, this clip was so funny. It's from Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel actually put on his show a clip comparing Trump and Obama, and like on a back and forth, and it's so funny just seeing the way that Obama describes catching Osama bin Laden versus the way that Trump describes catching ISIS leader, and the difference between the way that they do it is so striking, and it's so funny because Obama is just so serious in everything. He's reading from a teleprompter, so serious, just totally fits in with the scripted elite, scripted politician, scripted media person. I'm not saying that's bad, it was needed at the time, but I'm saying that this was something that people who elected Trump wanted to go away from, and you'll see in the clip, obviously Trump is very non-scripted. He is just all over the place and actually pretty funny, and is not using big words. And, Jimmy Kimmel is trying to, he's basically making fun of Trump, and everyone's laughing, but it is objectively funny. Some might actually think very endearing. Objectively. I mean, look at this. One person has a stick up his ass, and the other person is just haha, watch. Oops. That's me. That's so funny that I was able to do that. All right.
Conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden.
Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead.
The United States launched a targeted operation against that compound.
They did a lot of shooting, and they did a lot of blasting, even not going through the front door. You think you go through the door. If you're a normal person, you say, knock, knock, may I come in?
After a firefight, they killed Osama bin Laden and took custody of his body.
He died like a dog.
But his death does not mark the end of our effort.
A beautiful dog.
We give thanks for the men who carried out this operation.
And I don't get any credit for this, but that's okay. I never do. And here we are.
May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America.
And I'm writing a book. I wrote 12 books. All did very well.
All right. I thought it was really funny. I don't know, you have to really have a stick up your ass to not think that was funny. I thought it was really funny. I thought it was hilarious. Okay? Like, you know what? And people are like, oh, like, he's so dumb, and like, why would I want him to be entrusted with all of America's secrets? I feel you. I feel you. And I totally understand what you're saying. But objectively, people aren't looking at that way. Right now, we are in an era where people distrust the people in power. The people in power who are very smart and very capable. But there's a lot of distrust in the political insiders, the people who know stuff, the people who understand stuff. Trump, he seems very dumb and very out of it, but that's what people are looking for right now. We're in an era where people are looking very disenchanted with political insiders, with Washington, D.C. That's what they're looking for. And the media has not figured that out yet. The media is still playing the game. They're taking his bait. He will post actual, very obviously photoshopped pictures online, and they'll take the bait and be like, we have discovered that this is in fact a manufactured photo. Thank you very much, New York Times. I would never have been able to figure that out on my own. I've never seen a Photoshop photo in my life. How old are you, 120? Yeah. Someone is saying I should stick to the drunk stream, taking shots and all that other college girl stuff. You know what? Another one we will. Another live stream we will. We'll talk about other stuff. We'll talk about dating, probably in a way that I'm not too drunk, so I can talk about it in a normal way. Last night was kind of frustrating because I really had a great guest. I had a great guest for you guys. I was so excited. I had been preparing for it for hours. I had been asking this person questions, preparing what I'm going to ask, preparing all the photos on my phone that I was going to show you guys and everything. And we're about to go do the live stream, and he's like, sorry, can't do it. No can do. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was so frustrated. I was very frustrated because he was pretty good. He had a really fun and interesting topic that you would have all loved. So then last minute, I had to come up with this dating advice from hell idea, and I was at a bar, and because that's the only place that they had Wi-Fi, and like, there were a bunch of guys there, and I was like, oh, why don't you come to my live stream and talk about dating? And they were all like, you know, they wanted to play pool, and the bartender was like, what's going on here? He was so nice. They were all so nice. It was like really in the middle of nowhere. Like, they were all just baffled to why I was there, why I was in this random small town in Michigan where everybody in that town knows each other. It's like so tiny. Everybody knows everything about everybody. And like, if you're an outsider that you're there, like everybody wants to know who you are and what you're doing in their town. Like, it's actually really endearing and fun. It was actually really, and they're so friendly and cool and like happy. It was really cool to be there. But I don't know, I just got really, really, really far-fetched. And and they knew I was new. So, we got some really, really hateful people in the comments. A few of them, and I know that they're from they're not my fans. They're not my normal followers. They're new people. So I just want to say welcome to my live streams. And we talk about all sorts of random things. We talk about all sorts of we talk about dating. We interview people. We talk about what else do we talk about? We just have fun. We have drink on the live streams. We do I don't know. Guys, what do I do on these live streams? Sometimes I don't even know myself. Talk about politics, talk about random topics. Once I talked about David Reamer, how he got his penis cut off when he was a baby. Stuff like that. But yeah, and I do plan on trying to improve this as much as possible. I'm still learning, and I had my YouTube channel for a while. I only started doing these live streams since April. So, it seems like I've been doing this for a while because I had my YouTube channel for a while. But in fact, I have not been doing these live streams until April. So, and I'm still learning new things. Okay. So yeah, I think Trump will win 2020. That's my prediction. And actually, here I have another thing I want to show you guys. I don't know if you saw it. I don't know if you've seen it, and it's in my YouTube channel. It's on my YouTube channel, and I don't know if this video is gonna get demonetized because I'm gonna be reposting something that's from my channel, but let's see if it does. I made this video to make fun of the way that, oh my gosh, Barry, thank you so much. Damn, Barry. Nobody can top this one off. Barry wins. I'm kidding, guys. I love everybody. But Ira's your comment has been censored. So in case you are on Periscope or Twitch and you're not seeing YouTube, Barry has made a very generous super chat, $200, and that's amazing. It's amazing that after 4 months of having this live stream, that I can start making money. It's amazing, and it's amazing that I feel so loved. I feel like people are always like, "What? You don't have a lot of viewers, this and that." Well, you know what? My viewers are more dedicated than your viewers. And stuff like this makes me feel like, oh my gosh, that's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool thing. You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy in the comments. So, all right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put this towards my 2024 campaign. Pardes 2024, vote for me. Barry will be the one. Barry will dictate all of the rules. Barry will dictate my platform. Whatever we will talk about. He will basically say what my platform is and what I am advocating. Hello, Mohammed. Welcome to our live stream. So what was I saying? Okay. All right. So this video that I made, like a couple weeks ago, I made it to make fun of basically to make fun of mainstream TV, the way that they pick apart and analyze everything that Trump says, and to see what he says that is oh no, he posted a photo that, the way that they analyze his trolls that are very obvious jokes, but they'll be like, did he really mean that? Did he really mean that? Sometimes I do that too, where I'm like, did Trump really mean this? Would he really say something so awful or whatever? But then other times I'm like, no, come on, this is very obviously a troll. This is a very obviously photoshopped photo. Trump does not actually think that he's misleading people with this. Nobody at the White House thinks that they're misleading the public. Alex says she's a girl, so she loves attention. All girls love attention, but there's a hierarchy. They have stats. Alex is on Twitch, in case anybody is looking for Alex. Alex is on Twitch. So if you're looking for Alex, go to Twitch, go over to Twitch. Hello. Okay, thank you for the compliments. You know what? I should stop wearing makeup. I should start wearing makeup less, because whenever I don't wear makeup, I get more compliments, and that's making me think that maybe the makeup is making me look uglier, which honestly, I like the way I look in makeup much better. But for some reason, you guys like it when I'm not wearing makeup. So I'm going to try and wear less makeup. Just because sometimes people from the outside can see things that we don't see. So watch this video. See what you think. Watch this video. It's me, in case you're wondering who it is. Breaking news live from Washington, D.C. on a Wednesday night. President Trump has once again lied to the American people. This time, sharing doctored photos of former Vice President Joe Biden. The photos show former Vice President Joe Biden washing a Pontiac on the front lawn of the White House. The second photo shows him cleaning out the passenger seat of his car, cleaning out loose change, cigarette butts, and condom wrappers. In a quote tweet, the president tweeted the following statement: "Sloppy Joe cleaning out his car. Look at that sad exclamation mark, unquote. Our hardworking fact checkers and analysts here at the news network have discovered that these photos are in fact fakes. We traced the photos back to an online fake news media outlet called The Onion. We also discovered that the original Twitter account that shared the article that was retweeted by the president at MAGAOps34_YOLO may have been a foreign bot, indicating possible collusion. Former Vice President Joe Biden himself has commented on the photo to us in an exclusive. He said that that photo is in fact not him, and he owns a Corvette, not a Pontiac. In fact, he sent us this exclusive photo of himself standing in front of his Corvette. Here to react is Dick Assman, a policy expert from the Policy Expert Institute. Your thoughts on the president's lies? Hello? Dick? Hello, Dick? Mr. Assman? All right. Thank you, Dick. Yes, I agree. There's a lot of junk inside that Trump administration. The American people are very, very smart. With our help, they will eventually discover that they were being misled this whole time. Up next, scientists have discovered that the male Adam's apple is in fact not a real apple. Stay tuned. Okay. I hope you enjoyed that. That was from a couple weeks ago. That was from another Photoshop picture. This is the same exact thing happened. Trump posted a Photoshopped photo that was very obviously Photoshopped. I think it was like of Joe Biden or something like that. It was like a very, very, it was like a very, very obviously photoshopped photo. And they were all like analyzing it. We have found, I think it was CNN, we have discovered that Trump's photo of this and this was altered to mislead the American public. And it's like, no, dude, he's trolling every single day. This is like very obvious. Very obvious. And like, honestly, this is the thing. This is what was happening in 2016, and it's like the same exact thing is happening now, which is why I say this stuff. Thank you. Thanks for... Oh, it was a Nickelback video. Yes, it was a look at that photo. Look at the photograph. Look at this photograph. So I'm getting Alex suggests. Alex, thank you so much. I'm learning a lot from the comments. In case you're wondering where I'm reading some of the comments that Alex is saying, Alex is speaking to Jack. But it's very interesting, so that's why, I like it when you guys have conversations with each other, because I actually learn a lot from it. And in case anyone is curious about the conversations happening on Twitch, go over to my Twitch page. If you're on YouTube, it's in the description. Where's my Twitch description? It's in the description of my YouTube video. So if you're on YouTube, it's in the description, and so you'll see on Twitch, you'll see my Twitch channel. So, Dove was about to go to sleep early, then I came online, and so here's Dove. So I'm also, another part of me trying to improve my channel, and I'm trying to improve what I'm making for you guys, is to try and make these earlier, and to try and make them on time. So drop whatever I'm doing and try, and like that didn't work last night because of like the whole thing where the person canceled and whatever, but I want to try and make these earlier. And in fact, tonight we started at like 10:20. I want to try, or like 10:25. I want to try and make these 10 p.m. on the dot. That's what I want to try to do. I want to try to make these 10 p.m. on the dot. No changes. And if I have a guest and they cancel, I will have another topic ready. Because my viewers are invested, and as you saw tonight, my viewers are invested. They make me feel like what I'm doing is worth it. Like, what I'm doing, I mean, I enjoy it anyway. Like, I would be doing this anyway. But you make me feel like I'm not just enjoying myself, but doing something that is helping other people enjoy too. And something that is fulfilling. Something else that I noticed is people talking about women having YouTube channels and stuff, and like looks when it comes to having YouTube channel. I don't necessarily think, like, there are a lot of really, like, people are like, why don't you why don't you try and like, doll yourself up a little more. I do actually plan to do that, and I do think it's important because it shows a level of like commitment. Like, I'm here, I want to be here, and I'm here to entertain you, and I don't want to look like a schmuck. I don't want to look like a hobo. You know what I mean? So like, I want to look good if I'm doing this. But also, like, a lot of girls think that they need to do so much more that they don't really need to do. Like, a lot of girls think that they need to like take off like whatever, take off their shirts or like their jackets and show as much cleavage as possible. And what I've noticed is that men don't necessarily expect that, or like they're not necessarily gonna always be attracted to that. All right, so someone is, okay, schmuck is Yiddish. Also like I really care about my female audience too, because I really care about my female audience, because I know that my experiences, like I know that everyone can relate to certain experiences, but certain experiences like are not, other women might necessarily not talk about. Like certain experiences you need to hear from like another woman, and so like I really actually care about my female viewers too. So I don't want to have a show, like I don't want to have like a men driven show. I want to have a show, I want to also serve my female viewers. So yeah. Although this is okay, I'll tell you guys later. But yeah, that's it for tonight. And if you want to see some really, really crazy, like craziness happening in the conservative movement, if you want to see a lot of fighting and like go over to Twitter. Twitter is where you'll see dumpster fire. That is the conservative movement. Everyone just fighting each other. Right now, Nick Fuentes last night was banned from like a Turning Point USA event, and then everyone started fighting over that, and free speech, this and that, but if it's a private event, is it really free speech? If it's a public event, whatever. So definitely, so like that has been a lot of craziness since last night, and it's actually very interesting because it's like you basically get to see a clash of all these ideologies coming together, and it's pretty fascinating. So definitely go over to Twitter, check it out. Alex, thank you so much, Alex. Alex says, we disagree on a few things, but the fact that you are open and accepting of people on a strictly human level makes you a light in the darkness. That's why I keep coming back, I think. Thank you, Alex. I really appreciate that. That makes me feel good. That makes me feel really good. Isn't it easy? Isn't it easy to just love people on a human level? You know what I mean? Like, when you were a baby, you didn't hate anybody. When you were a baby, you were literally like, this person is, and babies are intuitive. Babies know if you're a good person or not. If you put a baby next to a bad, hateful person who's behind a mask, the baby will sense it. Babies don't see politics. Babies just see human. And we should all strive to be infants. Polish Mob says, see ya. This is MAGA country. Thank you, Polish Mob. All right. Okay, so I still haven't, someone is saying I look like the real life version of Momo. Thank you, I guess. Momo's the one with the big, huge eyes. That's funny. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm just looking for one more comment. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. I still don't have my hell vlog out, and I'm starting to think maybe I'll switch my vlogs from Sunday, Wednesday to Monday, Thursday, just because something in the way that it's set up, it's always easier for me to have it out on Mondays and Thursdays. So that's why, that's what I think I'm going to start doing. I'll have the hell vlog out for you tomorrow, which is actually Halloween, which is perfect timing, and hope you'll enjoy it. It's going to be pretty short, and just for fun, just to have a Halloween video from hell. All right. Thank you for watching. Thanks for watching, everybody. Love you guys. And see you all tomorrow night and on the vlog. And if you're on Periscope, definitely go over to YouTube and subscribe on YouTube. Because that's where a lot of the fun happened. Thank you so much, Dove. Thank you so much, Dove. I really appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful evening. And all right. And thank you, Kevin. Kevin says, love your conversation with Lucian. He's great. Lucian's very entertaining. He's very funny. And I definitely want to try and get him on this live stream again. He's very interesting, and he is not afraid to say whatever he thinks. He's just totally out there, which makes it like much better. So I really like it. Good night, Max. Good night, Exxon. Good night, JF, Ira. All right. See you all tomorrow night. See you all. Thanks so much, guys.